we become kind of like parallel lines out there, kind of age segregated, senior programs and youth and kids that need help. This is about trying to step out and be proactive to bring these lines together. Our intergenerational programs really began as a result of the Aging Summit in 2000, where we started looking at this notion of intergenerational. It used to occur a little more naturally. How can we make it occur and cross those parallel lines in a community? We have a task force, and as a result of the Board of Supervisors and support, we added an intergenerational coordinator. And we started working with our community to say, how can we make this happen? And there was a lot of interest from the very beginning. We know that intergenerational requires planning, kind of start thinking about it, training, sometimes some funding to kickstart or to support volunteers, but most importantly, doing and get going. So we kicked off and we started with some one-time only grants, some money that went out to these entities. These were $10,000 grants, one time, to say, how do you cross those parallel lines in a community? Can you get started? And we had an overwhelming response from the community that wanted to try and wanted to start. And what I'm really pleased to tell you is that in calling all of these entities that just started this 4 years ago, almost all of them had continued with intergenerational programs in their communities. But I will tell you the biggest problem we hit with intergenerational is people thought it was kind of cute, nice, older folks with kids. We believe it's critical for the well-being of all. So we decided that we wanted to take on critical community problems and issues. And if you think differently, that older adults are a resource, what difference can that make in our community? So we started with that first program, which was welfare reform, families as they emerge from welfare. And we brought in older adults to serve as mentors, not only for the person getting the job, but for the entire family. They worked with 4 or 5 families a year, helping them after they get a job, but keep a job. School attendance, health care, getting a bank account, getting transportation, getting good child care, just helping them learn to make good decisions. And this was one of our most successful programs in transitioning families off of welfare and helping them stay off of welfare. Then we turned and looked at the program First 5 Commission. The goal there is to help kids be school ready. So we launched a program that's called When Over 55 Meets Under 5. There's high fives all around. And it is about mobilizing this army to work with kids to be school ready. Seniors provide school readiness activities in existing sites to early learning, increasing literacy, parent training, and family support. This program was hugely popular, very successful. There's some outcomes in your packet, but overwhelmingly teachers said, 100% of teachers said seniors contributed to children's language and communication skills, to their increase in learning skills, puzzles, books, their love of books, and their overall general behavior was better the day the seniors were there. So there's some good outcomes in your packet. You can see we served over 7,000 children through this program, over 40,000 hours. I have to show you this picture because it's one of my favorite. And Mr. Sansone, Deborah McCarthy, who is in your office, this is her husband. He's a retired State Department employee, worked as a diplomat around the world, and came back and retired before Deborah, and did what many people did, started kind of knocking around a little bit, looking for something meaningful. And upon good advice from his wife, said, go find something. He started volunteering at one of our first 5 sites. This is a domestic violence shelter, transitional housing. And you look at that picture, and you can see how this opportunity has changed the lives of not only these kids, but of Grandpa Chuck. He has been there 3 years, and they absolutely adore him, and it has added immense meaning and purpose in his life. We started looking at other ways to bring seniors and kids together, so we launched the Legacy Corps. It's a unique respite program where we bring a younger senior together with a foster youth, teenage foster youth, to be partners, and they go out and do a community service by visiting a frail elderly individual, giving that person's caregiver a much-needed respite break. This is unique. This really touches 4 different lives there, but has been a wonderful program. We've had almost, in fact, over 6,000 respite hours, and if anybody that knows anything about caregiving, you know the importance of getting a respite break and having someone come in. We have great partners with this program, University of Maryland, New Alternatives, and there's a brand new DVD in your packet that'll tell you a little bit more about the stories. I just wanted to reference this picture. The gentleman, the bigger picture, when they were matching up mentors, 3 of these young men loved him. He said, okay, I'll take them all. And so he's working with all three of these young men and going out and doing the visiting. And if you look at the picture on the bottom left, we have the redhead there is the younger senior. She's with the foster youth, and they're visiting this frail elderly. And omitted from this picture is the caregiver who was off having a respite break at the time to really restore herself. As you know, and this board it really built and made San Pasquale Academy and such a wonderful program. Well, 4 years ago, under the direction of this board, on some of the houses, we thought, let's add, if you think again about older adults, we added seniors to this program. 10 houses, seniors came in offering guidance, connectedness, and their job description was to care about these kids. It was 4 years ago in March that this program started, and I will tell you, it's really been like magic from day one. They have made an incredible difference up there, nurturing and caring about these kids, being there and doing all the loving things in kids' lives that grandparents do to really support. This is a picture of our resident grandparents, and they have contributed to the outcomes, and that's the other thing. We don't tell seniors so much the process. The outcome is high school graduation, and our seniors have been a key part and a growing part of achieving that 92-plus high school graduation rate, which is phenomenal for any school, let alone for foster kids. Absolutely terrific. If it works at San Pasquale Academy, it'll work in the community. So we started rolling out senior support of our CWS system and foster homes. This is a picture of a senior who, so we look at three ways. One is to attach a senior to mentoring a foster youth, a teenage foster youth. Another is to maybe hook them up and mentor and support a foster home. Again, foster parents need respite, they need help, they need support. And this is a picture of a senior, Jennifer Einbinder, who for a year